to the outer edge. While I was at it, I broke the hinge off this. So that should work alright. Welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to get into a bit more trailer work. So we're going to start working on the awning holder. So this is the awning I've got. It's the one I used to run on the patrol. It's quite old. Probably should replace the thing, but hey, it still works. So, and it's free. Don't have to go and buy it. So it's got just your normal rails that hooks it on. This one does fold out square on the front. So you'll have the square piece come forward. There's an arm that swings around forward. And then it goes all the way around to the opposite side. So it'll give you pretty much all this side and the back of the camper trailer setup as cover. It does need poles and everything. It's not a self-standing one. I am thinking I might try and reinforce this section here a bit more. It does flex a little bit, so I might pop rivet in some thicker alloy or something in there. You've got to be careful, there is a cutout just to support the weight a little bit right on the corner. So the idea I'm thinking is coming up off this bracket here, probably on the inside, I'll have one post which will be about that thick, and then we'll have this thinner material which slides inside that attached to the tent, and we'll just have some pins through it so you can lift it up and pin it out. Yes, it's not super light, probably weighs 10-15 kilos, something like that. And then on the front we'll probably go right up here, so it does overhang the trailer a little bit, but we'll probably put a post off the front of this here and come up. I will put little braces that go back in support for the weight, especially when it's up. But yeah, so we've got to work out all the lengths and get all that sorted. The rooftop tent sits about 300 or just under 300 above the trailer top as well. So I've got the awning can come up to about that height, or a little bit higher maybe. It's not going to matter if it's a little bit higher on the side, but we don't want it sitting right up here while we're traveling. I'd like it to drop down as low as it can while we travel. And we'll just put a mark on that there, and that can be the cut-off height, which works out to be 772 pretty much. 772, you went 700. Give you another 700 on top effectively, or close to it, which is going to be quite high. So the height we needed was 770, but this piece is 1500 long, which makes 750 the direct middle. So to save a bit of material, I just thought we'll go 750. It's not much difference, so we'll cut him down the middle. I've used the speed square and I've made a line all the way around, and we're just going to try and cut it as square as we can, which probably won't be very square. Probably not 100% square, but it's fairly close. Mount that in there somewhere. I'll chuck in a couple of photos of I sat the rooftop tent on top of this as equal each side as I could, and it only stuck out a little bit. So if we go there somewhere, we should be fine for clearance from the tent. I can make the tent sit further over to the driver's side, but I don't really want to go too far over that way. 70mm off there, which should be fine, I reckon. Just going to cut them down to 75mm, and that'll make the piece that goes across there. And there's the second one tacked on. Just tacked on for now. I figured I'd try and set it all up, make sure it works before we go fully welding them. So we got both of them on there. Now we'll just work on the upper half. Righto, so these bottom sections of the pipe or tube, box, whatever you want to call it, are 750 high, and then we've got these to go on top. So I'm cutting the inner sleeve to 830, and we'll see how that goes, see how it measures up. So that's our cut-off line just here. Can't really see in the shed, it's too dark a spot. I'll cut him off and we'll get back into it. We got this plate, which is we're going to weld on the back, and we've drilled out the two top holes so that they line up on there, and that'll bolt down on that top rail. And I'm going to drill out another hole on the bottom 2 spots, and so it'll have 4 bolts at this end and another 4 bolts at that end holding it on, and this will get welded in the middle there, somewhere like that. So I've hit a bit of a problem. When I welded these on around there, I think I've created too much heat, because as you push this in, it stops there and it gets quite tight, and that's just way too high. And if you force it down, then you got to hammer it back out. I thought about it, and the sliding inside the other one does work, and I could replace these pipes because they've been burnt down here and heated up, and they just doesn't slide through real well like I showed you. But the problem with that is if I take any little hit, if we hit the awning on a tree or something, it bends the frame. At any little bend is going to make it really hard to get up and down. The other thing is this awning is not light. It's going to be hard to push both up evenly. So I did a little bit more research, and I looked at a system that hinges it. But obviously these are too short for a hinge point, because that would be where it comes down and rests. Therefore the awning would sit not quite on the guard, but down close to the guard like that to rest for travel. That's the plan. Let's see if we can make it happen. So these posts are a bit short. I'm going to start on this end. We'll do that end in a little bit. So I've got these pits. I've cut out a section in there, but this one fits over that. So I'll be able to drill a couple of holes and plug weld it, plus weld up the bottom. And the idea is I'll make a pivot point in the end of this so that it'll swing right down and around like that, and then swing all the way up. Oh, hit on the road. Probably have a slip pin go inside it, a pin that goes down through it so it locks in place. So that's the plan at the moment. And for a pivot point, I'm looking at using this old radius arm bush. It's all flogged out and fallen out, so I'll probably weld it into the pipe and then just get a bolt that'll go straight through, and that'll be the pivot point. Obviously it's too wide, so we'll cut it down. Should be able to cut it in half and it should work perfectly. That's my plan anyway. I just tacked in the bush that I cut down, and I've got the bolt for it, and I've drilled out a couple of holes in that. I had to make it a bit longer, that section of opening, and it's a little bit tricky to do one-handed, but that's pretty much it. That comes down, and that should line up nicely with the bracket, and then it also twists up. So if we mark it there, when it twists up, it'll be that high. So that should be plenty high enough. It's probably too high, to be honest, but that's the idea. And I'll drill another smaller hole just for a pin to hold that down, or hold it in place so it locks in place. But that's not welded yet, that sleeve, but it's still pretty firm. Just for some added strength, whack that back a bit, and I might weld in a washer on either side. Well, we're back in the shed and we've tacked it all together. I've just bolted on the awning just with a couple of bolts, and we're going to give it a test run, see if it works. That. It's plenty high enough. I'm actually stepped up a little bit here in the shed. The trailer's lower. If I drop down to trail height, it's definitely up there. Can you see it better now? It's definitely up above us. And she's not too square. Don't pay attention to this arm. That's the awning arm. The front arm on the other end there is a bit out, so I just need to take it over a bit at the top, but it's only tack, so that's alright. I just got a clamp holding it up at the moment. We will be drilling a hole through here so we can run a pin in there. Yeah, you can definitely see it here. It's sticking there in a fair way on the bottom, so need to pull that bottom out. Might have to shave a bit off that to square it up a bit as well. But that's the awning pretty much. So you pull the pins out both ends, and then just hold him over and down. It comes in and it rests on the actual guard on the stuff. And I'll probably have a couple of straps, just strap it in there. Obviously you got to imagine we'll cut them off, but she still sits with inside the mud flap, especially that section I've welded on. I've got it a little bit too far back, so the whole awning needs to go forward just a little bit. I'd like it so it swings around and it covers a little bit of that back end there. And that'll mean it'll stick forward a little bit further, but that's not going to be a problem. It will be a little bit of a point that we'll need to remember to watch so it doesn't catch. But it comes down and it rests up against this bar and sits on the actual mud flap, so that takes all the weight pretty much off the mounts, so it's not really dragging on the mounts heaps, which is good. So we have welded up everything. Got little welds, not real easy to see in there. Welds on there, welds on this side, and there. Haven't welded this section here, just because I might want to lift it a little bit. Still could be lifted, but that's our position there. We might give it a test run. All welded up. Let's give it a test run. front of the trailer, and this will be the side. The awning covers right around, right across this side of the back. Doesn't quite go square with the back, but it goes close. That's it. A little bit more welding to go, and we're done.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that